Okay, in my previous video, I had given you how to formulate the linear programming problems, and I have also given the introduction to the graphical method, when to use the graphical method and all. And I have drawn the graph not with a suitable scale, hence the question that graph was not right. So here the way how you will get the graph actually. So this is how you have to draw the graph, and I have drawn the graph. So after drawing the graph means by after indicating or marking the given points and drawing the straight lines, then what you need to do is you need to get a solution space. What is the solution space? Here solution space is nothing but with the help of the given straight lines, whether the equation is of less than or is equal to sign or greater than or is equal to sign, depends on that we need to get the solution space. How is? I will tell you. See the first equation, x1 plus 2x2 which was less than or is equal to 200, isn't it? So after that, by eliminating or replacing equal to sign, we have eliminated inequality sign. So this was the first equation, and actually this is less than or is equal to 2000. So less than or is equal to means whatever the space is there below this straight line. So here is a straight line. Oh, this is a straight line. So below this straight line, whatever is there, that is solution space. Okay. So even this is also solution space. Even this is also solution space. Okay. This entire thing is solution space for a given straight line or given equation. Then let us consider the second equation. X1 plus x2 is equal to 1500. So whatever the region is there below this line, this is all a solution space. Okay, this is all solution space. But this is not a solution space for a given straight line. Why? Because see, this is less than means below this you should get solution space. So if I consider at this point, this equation is not holds good because this space is greater than or is equal to 1500. Got it? That's why this is the solution space. Next, x2 is equal to 600. So below this line, whatever the portion is there, that is all the solution space for this equation. But if I consider at this point, so my mouse cursor is here, so this is a solution space for this equation, but not for these two equations, as it is greater than, isn't it? So after that you have to consider all the three equations at a one time and get the solution space as only this much. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 1. So this is what you will get a solution space for considering all the three equations at a time. Clear? Clear everybody? Then after getting the solution space, so here we have got the 5 corners, right? So this is the second method actually. First method, let us leave that. Let us solve with the help of second method only, that is best of all the corners method. So here corner number 1, which is at the origin, which is having a values 0, 0. x1 is also 0, x2 is also 0. So if you put x1 and x2 in the z equation, because we need to get maximum value of z from these 5 corners. So whichever is the highest, that will be your solution. Okay. So 0, 0 if you put, z is equal to 0 you will get, definitely. Correct. So next we will move to the corner number 2. Corner 2, x1 is 0 because it is exactly at the x2 or x this y coordinate, right? So x2 value is 600. So x1 is 0, x2 is 600. Put in the equation 3x1 plus 5x2. So this is 0. 5 into x2. 5 into 600 is 3000. Next move on to the third point. So here x1 is 800. Clear? And x2 is this one 600. So again put in the main equation, that is maximizing the z, you will get 5400. After multiplying then adding, you will get 5400. Next, move on to the corner number 4. Here x1 is 1000 and x2 is in between 400 and 600. That is 500. Yes, it is 500. Again, put in the main equation. You will get z value as 5500. After that, corner number 5. Here only we have x1, that is 1500. X2 is 0. X2 is 0. So you will get z as 4500. Now we can observe from the above calculation that z is maximum in the case of corner number 4. So in the corner number 4, what are the values of x1 and x2? This is 1000 and 500. So this is actually the solution to the given problem. So in the previous problem we have studied x1 is nothing but a type of a sweater A, x2 is type of sweater B. How many quantities we need to manufacture? That is 1000 and 500. Like this, this is the solution to the given problem. Clear? Okay, let us take the second question. Maximize z, which is equal to 3000 x1 plus 2000 x2. Subjected to the constraints, these are all the constraints. Okay, the 4 constraints they have given, and this is what a non-negativity condition. So here step 1 very similar to the earlier problem. Step 1, 2, 3 and 4. What you need to do is convert the inequality signs into equal signs first. That is first equation, x1 plus 2x2 is equal to 6. What you need to do after that? Alternative values you need to put 0 and get the another value. That is, if you put x1 is equal to 0, x2 is equal to what? 2x2 is equal to 6. It means x2 is equal to 3. Next, put x2 0, you will get x1 as directly 6. Correct? Next, 2x1 plus x2 is equal to 8. Second equation we have taken. Now put x1 0, x2 directly 8. If you put x2 0, 2x1 is equal to 8, it means x1 is equal to 4. Then third equation, x2 is equal to 2 directly, because inequality sign is removed and equal to sign is replaced with, okay, and x2 is equal to 2 means definitely x1 is 0. Fine. Okay, next, fourth condition, x2 minus x1 is equal to 1. If x1, if you put 0, directly you will get x2 as 1. And then if x2 is 0, x1 is minus 1. Okay. So now let us put all the values, these all values in the graph, and let us draw the graph now. So here is a graph. This is how it looks. Okay, this is how it looks. So this is the wait a minute. Okay, so this is the 2x1 plus x2 is less than or is equal to 8. This is the line we have drawn by taking the values of the four set of values from this equation. Okay, then x2 minus x1 is equal to 1. Again, with the help of these values we have drawn a graph, that is the straight line in this graph. Next, this is the third line which is from the second condition, no? x1 plus 2x2 is equal to 6. From again the 4 values, 2 here and 2 here, we have drawn this line also. Okay, 1, 2, 3 and one more is this one. So from the third condition, x2 is less than or is equal to 2. From this we have drawn this graph, this line, because x2 is equal to 2 means from this you have to draw a straight line. Anyway x1 is 0. Okay, so now you have to obtain a solution space. So how to identify or how to obtain the solution space, which we have discussed in the very first class or in this video only. Okay, that is by knowing the conditions like inequality sign. From the inequality sign only we are getting the solution space. This is going to be important in the graph now. So now listen carefully. This is the equation and this is less than, no? So from this line whatever the solutions or whatever the space is there here, not this side, okay, this side, whatever the space is there, that is all the solution space for this equation. And again, see, from this line, whatever the region is there this side, that is all the solution space. Next, go on to the next line, that is this line. So whatever the region is there below this line, this is all the solution space for this equation. And last, consider this. So below this, whatever the space is there, that is all is the solution space for this equation. Now combinedly, okay, so by considering all the 4 lines at a time, we will get only this much is the solution space, because this, whatever the area is there here, it satisfies all the equations at a time. Listen, see, if I consider at this space, so whatever the n is there letter, that space if I consider, okay, or that point if I consider, so this point satisfies all the 4 equations, right? So this point satisfies this equation also, this equation or this line, this equation as well as this equation. So in that way you need to draw or obtain the solution space. Okay, just go on applying all the conditions at a time, you will get a solution space. Fine. Now again we have got, see, by leaving this origin, so first corner, second, third, 4 and 5. Again you have got 5 corners. Actually this corner you can consider as it is a origin, you won't get any z value, hence leave it. Okay. So by using the 5 corners, we need to find out what is the maximum value of z. Okay. So here is the first one, corner number 1. So which is the corner? This corner. Here what is the value of x1? It is not having any x1 values, right? So directly it is located on a x2 axis, hence x2 is equal to 1 and x1 is equal to 0. So you will get 2000. Fine. Then corner number 2. Here x1 is 1 and x2 is 2. x1 is 1, x2 is 2. Put in the z value, that is 3000 x1, 2000 x2. You will get 7000. Corner number 3. So here the value of x1 is 2 and value of x2 is also 2. So you have got a z value 10,000. Next, consider fourth corner. Here x1 is somewhat more than 3. So what is the value here? 3.3. You can obtain from the graph. If you draw according to the scale, you will get it. Okay, 3.3. And x2 is also somewhat more than 1, that is 1.3. Okay, you just measure these two values from a graph. Okay, you will get 12,500. And finally fifth corner. Here x1 is exactly at 4 and x2 is as it is located on a x1 axis, x2 is 0. So here x1 is 4, x2 is 0. And from this you have got z value 12,000. Now listen carefully, what is the maximum value of z here? 12,500? Yeah, it is 12,500. So z is 12,500. Then what are the values of x1 and x2, decision variables? That is 3.3 and 1.3. So this is how you need to solve the LPP by using the graphical method.